I love the Beethoven Bagatelles, and I like to play them when I give a music appreciation class to show the unique things that Beethoven does that is unusual and different from his predecessors, the other composers that came before him. And since they're not a full symphony, I think it's easier to grasp the musical ideas without less instruments than just simple piano writing for one instrument. And in this particular bagatelle, what makes the piece difficult for me is that these two notes here, all these two notes, you have to bring out, it's called a dyad. It's two notes you hit together, but you have to bring out the upper note, which means that you have to hit, it's hard to do, you hit them both at the same time, but you have to hit the upper note with a little firmer, because you want to bring out the melody, which is in the upper note. All here, all here, all here, way down here. These are all dyads, that the melody's on the top. So the bottom notes, whether it be here, 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 say this bottom note, those are really part of the harmony. And he doesn't want you to just play the upper note, which you could do and it would probably sound okay. He wants you to, in order to make the piece a little fuller sounding, get a little more depth, I guess, he wants you to play with the right hand in the treble clef. He wants you to play this F here, the F here again, and here's a G. He wants you to play those as part of the harmony down here, always bringing out the upper note, which is the melody. And the melody is what makes the piece. And he continues to do the same thing, bring out that melody, bring out the melody. Then here he switches to some faster notes. I guess these are 30-second notes. I'm not sure. And then there's sort of a break here. And then when he continues the piece here, he does something I think is unusual, in that he, rather than have the bass clef chords be legato and give the piece a more cantabile sound, he breaks up these chords with a rest in between them. A rest, and that continues here, all these rests. You see them again here. He wants you to play these chords. It's sort of like broken up a little bit. Sounds a little choppy, but that's what he wants. And I would assume that these were in the original manuscript. There have been editors who've gone over this, but I have a feeling that Beethoven wrote this. He wanted this particular sound. He didn't want a full legato sound here. He wanted these, it's still marked a cantabile, which means he wants it very sweet and tender, but these lower chords, and I've always found it strange, but that's what he wants. He wants to break them up with rests in between them. And he does the same thing here, rest in between these one notes while the melody is going on up here. He wants the rests here and here, and he finally, here he wants it, of course, no rest. It's more legato. These dyads and the lower note and the bass clef are all tied together. Here they're broken again. And then he finishes the bagatelle with these beautiful chords on these last 4 bars of the piece that are really quite beautiful. And there again, here is a triad, 3 notes, 3 notes, 3 notes. And there again, he wants it. The piece sounds better if you bring out that upper note. I guess the C, the D, and so on. That's the melody. He wants that to it makes sense. If you play just the upper note, you'll see that yes, that's the melody, the rest is harmony. But when you're playing it with one hand, when you're playing the harmony and the melody with one hand, because a lot of the old composers, of course, you would have the melody on the right hand. It might be a one-note melody. But here you're doing both the melody and the harmony with the right hand, as well as the harmony in the bass clef down here. And it's just these beautiful last chords that end back on the tonic, I assume, of B flat. And it's just a little beautiful piece. It's difficult to play because of the dyads, where you have to bring out the melody with the upper note, and there's a couple of trills which make it differently. This one, when I recorded it, I did away with these trills because they didn't sound right, and rather than play a trill badly, I'd say don't play it at all. That's my philosophy anyway. And what makes these particular trills tough is that while you're playing the trill with the third and fourth finger up here, you have to hold down with your thumb this note down here. And the same thing here, you have to hold down this note while you're playing the trill up here with the third and fourth fingers, which are the weakest fingers. So I thought that, I just like to make a note and talk about pieces of music that I love. So I hope you like my tutorial, and thank you.